Hello, how you guys doing? Today I'm making a video about 15 tips to try to help you lose fat or to get leaner, whether it's for just health reasons or competition. So let's get started. Number one is going to be getting into a calorie deficit. Now this is going to be arguably, the most important one, because if you're in a calorie deficit, you're going to lose fat over a certain amount of time, 3,500 calories being 1 pound of fat. So this is the end all be all. If you're not in a calorie deficit, you might be able to fluctuate weight, but that's not going to be fat. You have to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. To lose fat. Number two is going to be start counting calories. I recommend a chronometer. You can also use MyFitnessPal. I recommend this to anyone trying to lose or gain weight, just to be consistent, to understand certain calories. You can look up many different ingredients on there. It's very useful. Track your weight. They have a lot of different metrics on how you can track your body, your weight, and obviously your calories. I think it's a really useful tool that most people should be using. Number three is going to be you should lose your weight slowly. You should really lose the fat off of your body quite slowly. I say 1% of your body weight in fat per week. So if you say weigh 150 pounds, lose 1.5 pounds a week for a healthy rate. 300 pounds, you should lose about 3 pounds of weight, which would be about a 7,500 calorie deficit for the whole week, which is more than 1,000 calories deficit every single day. So that's already a lot to keep up with. So I think, losing it slower the better, preferably as slow as possible, as long as you're still making progress. Number four is going to be another one of the most important things about weight loss that you have to understand is you have to eat low calorie foods. So if you eat low calorie foods, you can eat more food. So it's going to make you more full, such as, obviously water is 0 calories. All the ones listed here, mainly a lot of fruits, vegetables, anything with low calories, you can eat a bunch of and you can stay full. If you're not full, if you're constantly hungry, you could say even starving, you're not going to stay with that diet. So you want to be filled up. That's why you want low calorie foods. The fifth trick to losing weight is going to be drinking diet soda. Now, this goes along with a low calorie thing because these do not have any calories at all. So instead of drinking a can of Mountain Dew, which has somewhere around 200 calories, you can drink a diet soda and you can drink as many as you want. And it's going to satiate you, not quite as much as a regular soda, but you can drink as many as you want. And there are people who quote studies that it links to a lot of bad things, but none of those are proven, and there's very few of them. There are just as many studies, if not more, saying that it doesn't do those things. So for the most part, I think drinking diet soda is a great way to help you lose weight. The sixth tip to losing fat is going to be eat your vegetables. Now, almost all vegetables are very, very low in calories. So this also goes, there's a kind of a thing that's going on here. Maybe you should, eat lower calorie food. It's almost like I listed it earlier. Vegetables, for the most part, have extremely low calories, and you can eat almost as much as you want for it. Like you're not going to gain weight off of eating just kale, spinach, lettuce, whatever. The only vegetable that I can think of that's common that you shouldn't really eat because it has a decent amount of calories is corn. But if you're gonna choose, you should always choose corn over ice cream, over candy. It's still a lot less calories than those such things. Now, this all goes for fruits too. For the most part, most fruits are pretty low in calories. It's different than vegetables because there are a lot more that have a lot of calories, such as grapes, bananas, star fruit. But for the most part, you can eat a lot of fruits. Strawberries, blueberries, peaches, apples, oranges. They're all great for losing weight. And obviously, they're extremely sweet, so you're going to enjoy eating them. The number seven trick to losing fat is going to be stop using condiments. What I said in the previous one about eating, say you eat 2 pounds of kale, you're going to be completely fine. But the second you add a few tablespoons of ranch or a condiment of your choosing, your calorie count is going to skyrocket and you're going to end up eating that little spurt of condiment is going to be just as much as the vegetables you're eating. So there's no point. There are quite commonly a lot of alternatives to those certain condiments. There's low calorie ketchup, there's sugar free syrup, stuff like that. I'm not into too many condiments, so I'm not quite sure how many different varieties there are, but you can definitely search that. And if it's low enough and you're counting that, then you can go for it. Just I would stay away from the regular condiments completely. Number 8 trick for losing fat is going to make or finding lower calorie alternatives. Picture here is PB2, which is an alternative of peanut butter, which has a ton of fat, so it's going to increase the calorie count immensely. PB2 just cuts out a lot of that fat, so it's much less calories. It's still pretty high, but comparatively to peanut butter, it's absolutely extremely low. You can find a lot of low calorie alternatives in many different types of foods, whether it's a pasta, you could get like spaghetti squash, obviously soda, um, ice cream. There's frozen yogurt, which still is, I mean, a dessert, but it's better than nothing. Many meats, you can get like a vegetarian alternative, which for the most part not quite as good, but there are types. And then you can make it. Say if you wanted a pizza, instead of ordering a pizza, you can get a low calorie flatbread, get some spinach, some low calorie cheese, chicken, tomatoes, a lot of healthy stuff, and that's going to be absolutely way lower than a regular pizza. And you can enjoy it and eat it. Just make it to your liking, and that could be a really great thing to help you lose weight. Say ice cream, you can make a really healthy ice cream. It's probably not going to be extremely healthy, but say frozen yogurt, some frozen vegetables, some xanthan gum to make the consistency nicer, some ice cubes. That's going to be way lower calories and better for you than regular ice cream. Uh, there's pancake alternatives. You can mix egg whites with bread and cinnamon. And then if you want to top it with like a blend of yogurt and some fruits, and that's just going to be delicious. It's going to fill you up. It's going to be way lower in calories than the normal foods it is alternating. Number 9 trick to losing fat is going to be something I heard from someone else, and I thought it was a pretty interesting way to look at it. It says focus on eating a lot of what you should versus focusing on eating less of what you shouldn't. Say if you make sure you eat a bunch of broccoli before you eat your, bit of ice cream, or not focusing on eating less of ice cream. If you eat that bunch of healthy food, you're going to be filled up enough to where you don't want to eat that unhealthy food. So think of it more as eating a lot of healthy food versus cutting back your unhealthy food. Don't think about the fact that you can eat the unhealthy food. Just think that you should eat more of the healthy stuff. I think it's a really interesting way to look at it, and it could help you lose some fat. The 10th tip for losing fat, or in this aspect, getting leaner, is going to be work towards muscle hypertrophy. In my opinion, I think working out and lifting weights is way more fun than doing cardio. So why wouldn't you do that? So I think you should work towards muscle hypertrophy. Even if it's not too much, building more muscle is going to make you leaner because the fat can't stay on the body if you're the same weight with more muscle. Obviously, it's a very slow process, but that could help you in the long run get leaner, so you'll have a little bit less body fat. Okay, number 11 trick to losing fat is going to be find an easy type of cardio that you enjoy. I think the number one thing that I preach to a lot of people is that walking is a great way to lose weight because it's really easy to do. Most people don't have the cardiovascular endurance to run a mile or to jump on the bike for a really hard 30 minutes. So I think walking is a really easy way to do that. And if you have someone next to you, you can talk to them while doing it and it'll pass the time really quickly. So you need to find that type of cardio for you that you can do really easily, that it doesn't really even seem that you're doing cardio. Say playing basketball, obviously just shooting around is going to burn a little bit, but it'd be better if you were playing an actual game. Soccer, any type of sport, or jumping on the bike, swimming, jumping jacks, CrossFit, whatever really gets you to easily burn those calories. I think is a great way for you to lose weight, and you need to find that thing for you. Number 12 for losing fat is going to be eat a balanced diet. You shouldn't just be cutting out a whole part of the dietary plan. That's just a bad idea. Say some people cutting out carbs completely. That's really not good for you. Cutting out fats completely. You're eventually going to eat those back. And certainly for carbs, you can gain that weight back. And that'll be explained in just a moment why. You certainly should not cut out carbs. There's a lot of carbs that are really good for you. Vegetables, fruits. You need those things. You need all parts of the food pyramid. You just no certain area that you shouldn't be eating unless it's like candy, but that's not quite what I mean. You should be eating meats. You just every single part of the thing, eat a balanced diet, and I think that'll be really helpful towards losing weight. Number 13 is kind of going to contradict to what I just said about having a balanced diet, but I'm going to say cut carbs. This is specifically for someone who's trying to make weight for a certain event, whether it's a powerlifting event, because carbs hold a lot of water. For every gram of carbs, I want to say it's 3 grams of water that people hold. That's why when you cut carbs, you lose a bunch of weight. But most people don't know that that's just water weight. And once you eat the carbs again, you're going to retain more water. So you're going to get that weight back almost immediately. And since it's water weight, when you eat less carbs, you're only going to lose a certain amount of weight, whether it's only 20, 25 pounds, then you're going to hit an extreme plateau. And since you thought that cutting carbs got you there in the first place, you're not going to know what to do if you don't know that a calorie deficit, it's what ultimately helps you lose fat. So if you want to make weight by losing water weight for a certain event, you can cut carbs because that's what makes you retain a lot of water. But that's strictly not losing fat. That's just to lose weight itself, water weight. Number 14 is going to be do not give up. That's kind of self-explanatory, but a lot of the times in the beginning of your diet, especially if this is the first time you've actually done it correctly, you're probably going to slip up. Say in the middle of the night, you get up because you're pretty hungry and you eat a tub of ice cream. That's not the end of it. You don't have to quit because of that. Just don't give up. Try again. Next time, just try to restrain yourself, obviously. Get up and eat a bag of broccoli. Get up. You shouldn't even have that in your house, the tub of ice cream. So just don't give up. It's not the end if you miss one time, twice, three, even 10 times. You can do it. You can try it again. Just if you get knocked off the horse, just get back up there and keep on riding. Tip 15 is going to be start right now. Get started on losing weight. You don't want to say, oh, I'll start it next week or next month. It's never going to happen. You're going to wait till the right time, but there's never a right time. Get started right now and try to lose your weight, especially if you're towards morbidly obese. That's weighing on your life, and you're going to live less time if you're like that. I get if you're 15% and you're just trying to get leaner, but you should start right now so your life can be more fulfilled later in life. You'll live on longer. I think that's arguably one of the most important things. Start right now. You can lose that fat. Okay, and that's gonna finish the list of 15 tips and tricks to try to lose fat. I hope you guys really enjoyed. I hope this helped you, introduce you to new topics or ideas that losing fat could promote losing fat in you. I really hope this was useful, and thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. You have a great day.